Welcome to my channel. Now, I'm just doing a very quick video and it's a bit of a call for help really. So I've got a varied and mixed viewership and I really do appreciate every single person who takes the time out of their lives to come and watch stuff that we build every day of the week and some of the products we use, etc. And I've really enjoyed this journey the last sort of few years into YouTube and sharing my knowledge, and that's what it's all about. But I've been a carpenter for 35 years thereabouts. I sort of trained in the 80s, and when I trained I was one of about 60 in my year. There was lots of labour, there was lots of people coming into the trades. In fact, I was pushed towards the trades by the careers office at school, who looked at me and said, "You've not been that good in the classroom from a point of view, you can't concentrate, you always want to lark around, mess around." And even though I was quite good English and maths and all the rest of it wise, I just wasn't interested in academia. I just wanted to do something with my hands, get out and earn some money, get a trade. My dad used to say, get a trade. So that was drummed into me. However, things have changed, and if you're in the building trade, you may be like me, a self-employed tradesman or an employed tradesman or a small building contractor, then you know just how hard it is to get people to do anything nowadays, whether it's a subby, whether you're a carpenter and you want to get some plastering done, you need to call a plasterer in. Unless you've got someone who you give work to regularly that they can drop what they're doing and come and nip in and do your job, you're waiting around for it. If you're a customer and you are trying to get a small job done at home, you know, an extension, loft conversion, maybe some landscaping, you will also know just how hard it is just to get people to come round to see the job, let alone get a price and get them to start. So I want people in this video to go into the comments and start dialogue, talk to each other, ask me questions, all about this whole subject. How's it affecting you? What was it like years ago? What do you think it's going to be like in the future? There is a housing crisis, okay? There's a skills shortage and a housing crisis. The government talk about us building 300,000 plus homes a year just to keep up with the demand that there is at the moment, okay? But in real terms, I think they need something like 500,000 homes. There's just not enough labour out there in the UK just to build the houses, let alone everything else we need to do, like refurbish the old houses, you know, all of the safety work with cladding and replacing buildings, upgrading them, upgrading old buildings. There's so much work and there's just not enough labour or skills around. And I do partly blame the government for pushing everyone into, you know, academia. Everyone's got to go and do sixth form or university, get a degree. And in some cases, I know guys that have worked with me who've done all that. They get to their mid-20s and realise, actually, I really wished I'd left school at 16 and gone to learn a trade. Now they're trying to do it at 25. It's a lot harder. You know, you may have a family, and trying to change trades late in life or learn a trade is particularly difficult. It is a nightmare. Now, there is a carpenter stroke builder from Ireland. His name is Ewan, and he's reached out to me because he's currently studying to be a surveyor, and part of that study at university, he has put together a survey to find out all about the state of the trade, you know, what the market's doing and what we think we should do to improve it. So this is a shout out to any self-employed tradesman, builder, contractor who can find the time to fill in the survey. The link will be in the description of this video. Okay, now Ewan's going to collate this information and hopefully come up with some really interesting statistics that we can probably share with you in the future. Now, it's anonymous, so you'll go in, you'll fill in all the forms and everything. It's going to be about 60 questions, easy to answer. I've had to go at it myself. But it would be super helpful to you, and I believe the industry as well, if we can start seeing how we can improve things, how we can change things. And with the guys like Ewan who are prepared to study and put the effort into collating this information, because we haven't really got a voice as a sole trader or a small business. So if you don't mind going into the link in the video description here and spending some time to take part. And once, you know, Ewan's collated all the information, I'm sure it will be really, really interesting to share that with you from, you know, like a statistics point of view, to see what was found out. Okay, so one of the things that Ewan said, and I think this is quite important, is years ago, Ewan's a carpenter, I'm a carpenter, we studied around about the same time in the 80s, albeit in different places. We were taught as carpenters and joiners to do virtually everything. We were taught on the bench how to draw a rod, make joinery. We were also then taught site carpentry. We were also taught machining as well. So we covered all the aspects, okay? We could go on to do bench joinery, site carpentry, or shuttering, or indeed any of those sort of niches that you can go into, or all of them. You know, you turn up on a job and you're the carpenter, you're going to go from the ground all the way to the finish. You're going to cover everything from shuttering all the way to second fixing and fixtures and fittings as well. Nowadays, things have all changed. So many new specialist trades are now turning up, where that means that whereas a carpenter would go and change the box sash frame, now they've got window fitters, you know, it's like specific window fitters, which means that the carpentry and joinery training has been shrunk right back, and all these other little specialist trades are now appearing. And the trouble with that, as far as I see it, is if you're trying to build a house, you ask a carpenter to come and do all the carpentry, and he says, well, I can do this, but I don't do that. I don't know how to do this. I'm not interested in doing that. It's really difficult to pull a job together. So I just know from the comments that I get from people who have done building work or have experienced trying to get building work done, just how hard it is to actually get the trades and sync them all together. Forget it if you're going to have building work done. If you forget all this budget business and how long it's going to take, because you're not qualified, no one's qualified to tell you. There's too many factors. Can you get the materials? Can you get the manpower? Have you got enough money for unforeseens? Even me, doing my own work here, I think I have a good handle on how long something should take or how much it costs. Even me, I find myself underestimating sometimes. So yeah, it's a difficult industry. So answer the survey. Let's just start the conversation. Let's sort of see where we think the weaknesses are. We know it's training, we know it's lack of people coming in, but we're never going to build those houses. We're never going to do all the repairs, let alone getting all the property up to energy rating C in the next 10 years. So yeah, please comment, please get involved. Thanks for watching my channel. I've got some exciting stuff coming up in the future, so please keep tuned. I'll catch you again soon.